This is a video on the awakened self. First, I'm going to keep it very brief. What you are seeing is your mind. Everything you see, hear, feel, touch, and taste is your mind, filtering this unknowable world. Okay? Everything. Okay? That which sees is the nothingness that has the capacity to see, taste, hear, feel everything. It is the root of what you are currently experiencing. End of story. Point 2. Because what we see, hear, taste, etc., what we sense are all objects, the mind, which takes over the self, believes that it can grasp and objectify this root. It cannot. This root, this authentic being, can never be objectified. It cannot be turned into a thought or an object like everything else you experience. That's point 2. Point 3, the mind is not a problem. I'll give you an example. Back here, I don't know if you can see it, is a plant. We can look at the plant. Okay, the plant is an object. The mind can see that the plant needs watering. Okay? The mind played an essential role in the life of that plant. The mind is not the problem. Don't negate the mind. That's point 3. Point 4. Because everything we see, touch, and hear is an object, we begin to believe that we are an object. That our authentic being is an object. That is the decisive error. Know now that no object that you can call yourself will ever be found. Point 5. Every object we see, everything that is the mind, is only your mind. That means that no object, taste, or feeling can ever be truly known. It is only real and present in the now. Okay? What happens is, as we grow up, as we become adults, the mind takes over, and we lose a sense of this root being. Indian philosophy, known as Advaita, has gone completely to the other side and has embraced only the root being and tends to negate the mind. That is also an error. What is needed is a balance. If you put all of into beingness, that is the objects seen by the mind, as knowable, you have made a decisive error. If you negate the objects of the mind, you have made a decisive error. It is all the non-separative unity of unknowable, ungraspable, authentic being with the unknowable but seen objects of the mind. That is the balance of liberation. Is that seen? Notice how the unknowable nothingness that is the root of the authentic being cannot be separated from the objects of the mind. They are two things joined as one, and that is oneness. When you are balanced in this infinite continuum of object and non-object, you are liberated, you are awakened. Notice that if there is no object, like in deep sleep, there is no sense of anything. I don't know what happens when the physical body dies. I just don't know. Perhaps we are reborn, perhaps there's nothingness, perhaps there is endless Seinfeld repeats. I don't know. I don't care. The more you attempt to objectify yourself through seeking, the more in circles you will go, and you will go in those circles for the rest of your life. There is no end to that searching process. You must come to the understanding that this self that you hold so dear does not to be held in so dear a form, because it can never be objectified. We don't know what it is, except that it has no attributes, except the capacity to experience everything. It is infinite capacity. And the more you are psychologically identified with any object, I'm an intellect, I'm a lover, I'm romantic, I'm analytical, I'm strong, I'm beautiful, I'm sexy, the less resilient and the less durable you will be. You are far more than any object, any label, but you don't know what that is, and you never know what that is, even though you are experiencing your authentic self right now, but everything you see, feel, taste, and touch is your mind. This is clarity of vision. Now, in my mind, if I say, I don't like the Tea Party, that is a belief harbored by this mind. It is just that. It is another object. It's neither good nor bad, but it is real. It is real to the extent that it exists integral to itself. Thus, when I look outside and I see trees, they too are real to the extent that they are sensed by this mind. That tree is integral to itself, which is why I would not cut it down. I respect its right to exist. Weeds in the garden? I have chosen to remove those weeds from time to time. Another belief that a garden should look like what I think a garden should look like. It is another set of beliefs. There is no ultimate or intrinsic truth to any of them. Do you see the difference? Balance between the nothingness, the root that holds every conceivable object, experience, feeling, and emotion that exists in the universe with no limits whatsoever. It doesn't mean you don't exist without limits, because your physical body, your mind, your brain, your internal chemistry are all objects. They are born and they die. Absolute observed truth. You see the difference? I hope you do. Thank you for watching.